In the forest, a monk can learn to contemplate the nature of things. He can live in contentment and peace. As he looks around, he understands that all forms of life degenerate and eventually die. Nothing that exists is permanent. And when he realizes this, he begins to become serene. Monks are trained to be content with little, to eat only what they need, to sleep only when necessary, to be satisfied with what they have. This is the foundation of Buddhist meditation. Buddhist monks do not practice meditation for selfish reasons, but in order to know and understand themselves, and thus be able to teach others how to live peacefully and wisely. Still, the monk's life is far from easy. He works to free his heart in order to feel the loving kindness that embraces all things. Our life is like our breath, like the growing and falling leaves. When we can really understand about falling leaves, we can sweep the paths every day and have great happiness in our lives on this changing earth. This mind is already unmoving and peaceful, like a leaf which is still as long as no wind blows. If a wind comes up, the leaf flutters. The fluttering is due to the wind. The fluttering of the mind is due to those sense impressions. The mind follows them. If it doesn't follow them, it doesn't flutter. If we know fully the true nature of sense impression, we remain unconcerned by them. Our practice is simply to see the original mind. So we must train the mind to know those sense impressions and not get lost in them to make it peaceful. Just this is the aim of all this difficult practice we put ourselves through. Standing, walking, sitting, lying down, we keep changing positions. We can't only stand, only sit, or only lie down. We live using all these postures. Thus we must develop awareness in each and every position by making them beneficial to us. When you are walking, all you have to do is walk. One step, next step. Seemingly simple, but in reality it is not that easy. The mind is carried away, trying to figure out what you should be doing, what is wrong with you, and why you can't do it. We bring our attention to the walking of the body, from the beginning of the path to the end. Thus there arises the intention to walk, and then the walking. Note the middle of the path and the end, stopping, turning, standing. The points for composing the mind when it starts wandering aimlessly. Some people will say, pacing up and down like that is useless. But there is a lot of wisdom to be developed in walking meditation. In terms of ultimate truth, it is not necessary to go through the routine of confessing offenses. If we see that our mind is pure and without a trace of doubt, then those offenses will cease immediately. We are not yet pure, because we still doubt, still waver. We are not really pure, so we can't let go. We don't see ourselves, and that is the whole point. If there is anything you don't understand, ask the teacher. Trying to practice every single training rule would indeed be burdensome, but we should examine whether or not we are prepared to admit our faults. Within itself, the mind is already peaceful. That the mind is not peaceful is because it is subject to moods. The real mind is uncomplicated. It is simply an aspect of nature and becomes peaceful or agitated because moods deceive it. The untrained mind is unaware that sense impressions can delude it into experiencing happiness and suffering, or gladness and sorrow. But the mind's true nature is none of those things. That gladness or sorrow is not the mind, but only a mood coming to deceive us. The untrained mind gets lost and follows such emotions, forgetting itself. It is in this way that we imagine we are upset, at ease, and so forth. Ultimately, no self exists. There are only elements that have combined temporarily. We call the body a person, myself, but there is no me. There is only what is called anatta, not self. To understand anatta, you have to meditate. If you only intellectualize, your head will burst. Once you understand not self with your heart, the burden of life will be lifted and you can be truly happy. When one does not understand death, life is confusing. If our body really belonged to us, it would obey our commands. If we say, "Don't get old," or "I forbid you to get sick," does it obey us? No, it takes no notice. We only rent this house, we don't own it. If we think it belongs to us, we will suffer when we have to leave it. But in reality, there is no such thing as a permanent self. There is nothing solid or unchanging that we can hold on to. Life changes, and we can watch it change. We can adapt to the changing of the sensory world, whatever comes, whether it is pleasant or unpleasant. We can always endure and cope with life, no matter what happens to us. If we realize the truth, we realize inner peacefulness. The Buddha was self-enlightened. He did not have a teacher. He achieved it by himself. In that respect, we all are like the Buddha. No one else can do it for us. It is something we each have to do for ourselves. So listen to these words and consider them if they seem useful to you. But it is important that you understand that they are just words. Real practice takes place only in your own heart. It is what you do to awaken your own Buddha-ness, how you become a Buddha. Don't be lazy. Whenever you find yourself lazy, work to strengthen those qualities which overcome laziness. Don't be fearful or timid. If you are timid in practice, then work with your mind so that you can overcome timidness. With the proper effort and with time, understanding will unfold by itself. But in all cases, use your own natural wisdom. Only you can do that. So do it. It's all up to you. Be mindful and let things take their natural course. Then your mind will become still, like a clear forest pool. All kinds of wondrous creatures will come to drink at the pool. You will see many amazing things come and go, but you will be still. You understand the true nature of all things in the world. Problems will arise, but you will see through them immediately. This is a serene contentment of the Buddha.